Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Let's go right now.
I will bet you $100 I'll beat you.
And all right, 3, 2, 1.
A few moments later.
Booyah! Booyah! Are you okay? Hey, are you okay? Because you owe me $100, so... Well, great.
Yo, I got our ticket out of here. Rumor is this guy is sitting on at least $300K. Boom!
That's our guy.
Wait, is he blind?
We messed up to rob a blind guy, isn't it?
Just because he's blind don't mean he's insane, bro.
Guys, money's probably in there.
Who's there?
Stay right there.
How many of you are there?
Me, man, all right? Just let me go, please.
Okay, I swear to God.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Initial Reaction. My name is Philip.
Who is not dead.
Nope, still
I'm
here.
Charles, though.
And we're talking Don't Breathe this week. It is the new movie from director Fede Alvarez. He's the guy who did the Evil Dead remake a couple years ago, which I kind of enjoyed.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. But Don't Breathe, Initial Reaction, what'd you think?
Pretty intense.
Yeah, it starts off really well. Like, I
Yeah.
was teeth grinding tense. Like,
Right.
it's a great premise, I guess,
Yes.
is a good way to start this off. Really enjoyed like I said, the premise, but the idea. I always enjoy when horror movies or like action horror movies. This is more kind of a
Yeah.
good mix of action and horror. It's not a straight up horror movie, I would say. But when they kind of have an isolated location.
I mean, I would call it a horror movie.
Would you?
Yes, because I know there's a lot of...
It starts off that
you
way.
You read people like that are saying, this isn't a horror movie, this is like a intense thriller or whatever. It's like, no, when the intent is to horrify, it's a horror movie, period.
Okay.
It doesn't have to have ghosts floating around,
Well,
people grabbing you through walls and
And
stuff
for the
like
first
that.
act, like,
But the intent
it
of this
doesn't.
movie is to horrify.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
horror genre all the way.
Well, it starts off as a horror movie, I feel like, but I think it goes into more of. We kind of mentioned, we were talking before the movie, and you mentioned Green Room,
Right.
which I thought of is kind of very much in the same
Yeah.
genre as this. But no, what I was saying is I like these types of movies that have an isolated location,
Yeah.
one location that it stays in most of the time.
Right.
And for the most part, this movie does a really good job of utilizing that space and
Right.
eliciting that horror from that space.
It feels very tense when the blind guy's passing by and they're going like this, you're going like this.
Yeah.
too.
Oh, for sure.
You're with the characters the whole entire time. So basically, you have three characters breaking into a blind guy's house because
Yeah,
I
you
think
have-
$300,000 are in there.
Right.
He's an army vet. This is all in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
he's lost his
daughter
to a drunk driver. So. Nothing,
and he's blind.
Yeah, so nothing new. Premise of home invasion is not new, but the premise that you go in, home invasion, and then you're the one trapped.
Right.
And then the reversal. That was what was.
The fact that he is blind is a large part of it. Like that,
Right.
it says that in the trailer, but yeah, it's
So
like
it reminded me a little
adds
bit of Hush. Did you watch that?
Oh, I did, yeah.
With the
it's
deaf.
the eyes instead of the ears.
Which I didn't think Hush was done near as well as this movie actually, because there was a lot of things I'm just like, it was very like stereotypic exactly what I thought Hush would be.
Really.
And then this was like, they used some interesting things like we were even talking with some of the guys, like they didn't use the whole like, I'm gonna throw something over there and he's gonna chase off
No,
like
yeah.
a dog.
I was
Which
waiting
thought
for
was
it, too. I was waiting for it, too, but no, they didn't.
Used a lot of different clever things, and like one thing I loved about this was the soundtrack, that you couldn't tell if these were noises that naturally were occurring in there. Like it's like they used like natural like tools or something. Like they got a hammer and like scraped along something to create the soundtrack.
Right.
And it's like,
Yeah, I thought,
you know what I
like-
mean? Like you can't tell if that's like the piercing noise and stuff like that, you can't tell if that's him like honing in and that's what he's hearing,
or if it's
like
just,
a tool
yeah.
that's created, or if it's actually some noise that they're actually making.
Right. No.
So I mean, there is a soundtrack with violin and piano and stuff like that.
Right, but it mixes in that well, and it definitely adds to the atmosphere of it. But yeah, Dylan Minnette, Jane Levi, and Stephen Lang are the three main performers here. What'd you think of the performance? Because Stephen Lang is like largely
not blind.
Wordless.
Oh
no, he's not. He isn't blind.
Stephen Lang is largely not blind.
But his performance, like he doesn't say a whole lot, but he still conveys this like huge intimidation factor.
Yeah,
like,
as a blind guy, it was very believable. I wasn't thinking, wow, Stephen Lang's not really blind. You know, this is dumb. But yeah, he like played that part to a T. It was very believable. It was very like.
Well, might be my favorite part of the movie because, or even just the director helped write the script with the co-writer, but the script, he is the antagonist of the movie, but you feel sympathy for him and his situation.
You kind of
large portions.
There's not really a person that you absolutely get behind 100% of the time.
No, there's not.
So you know what I mean? Like he does. There's a reveal for him even. And there's a reveal for the guy, the people. So you don't know really who to feel bad for and who to. That was my only criticism.
See, that was I like that because it's not cookie cutter black or white. It's people aren't all good or all bad. It was complex characters, and that I found that interesting that it never tried to just split it down the middle. You root for these guys, you hate this guy. Like that. Yeah. That was the most interesting part for me.
Yeah, I guess. But you always want to connect with a character. Like that's part of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you want to at least find some connection.
I'm okay in horror movies. I mean, they're probably gonna die.
Oh, it's
anyway.
a horror movie now, is it? Okay.
You said so I'm gonna go with that.
Goes.
But no, I mean, it kind of for me it dragged a little bit in the middle. Like it felt like it ran out of ideas as far as what to do in that contained space. Like at the beginning, it was really inventive with that. It kind of got desperate a little bit, it felt like, and it goes on maybe one or two scenes too long. Yeah. But overall, I did really enjoy it. It is a really solid, scary movie, thriller type. Working in this genre, it executes the genre elements really well.
Absolutely.
But what'd you think? Star rating out of 5?
Ooh, I was gonna give it a 3.5. Like I said, there's some problems, but it's not enough for me to hate. And like 3.5 for me is good to go. Like I would say, still go watch it if you're a fan of this thrillers, horror, whatever.
Yeah,
Fill of it. You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna tense up. You're gonna lean forward and lean back, and you're gonna. Obviously, if you're the girls behind us, you're going to talk the whole time.
Commentate the whole thing.
Yeah,
the whole thing. No, I'm 3.5 too. That's why I was like,
well, of course you are.
Yeah, No, it's a solid genre exercise, but it definitely has enough tense moments to make it stand out above subpar
we never
horror
disagree
movies.
on anything.
No. Anyways, except that this is not totally a horror movie.
The genre. It's like one of the 5 large.
Anyways, subscribe to our channel, Initial Reaction Reviews. Check out my written reviews on reviewsfromabed.com. And check back with us every week. We have a review of the newest release. Thanks. We'll see you next time.